Hey everyone, this is your girl Sharifa, aka Shree, and welcome to the I'm Good podcast, or in better words, the I Feel Good podcast. If you are new here, welcome to the family. This is a podcast where I explore topics on mental health, physical health, nutrition, and everything in between. So if you're trying to get right and stay right mentally, this is definitely the place you want to be. And wait, before I begin, here's some quick info. Why did I name this podcast I'm Good? Simple. Because as people, from a cultural standpoint, whether we are down or happy, our favorite response to friends, families, or strangers is I'm good, even if we're not. It's completely normal not to feel happy all the time, but in the midst of whatever you go through, the saying I'm good can elaborate to so many different meanings. So yes, this is the place to be, whether you are down, happy, excited, and everything in between. I'm here to dish out knowledge, talk about current topics, and of course, lift you up. So feel free to go ahead and subscribe, share this podcast, leave a review, and tell a friend. Now let's go ahead and get started on today's show. Hey guys, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. And let me explain to you really quick. First of all, for starters, it's free. Yes, I said it's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And I know most of you guys have a phone or computer, so it's so easy. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So make sure you download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hey everybody, welcome back to the I'm Good podcast. If you are new here, what's good? What's poppin'? Thank you so much for tuning in and checking out the I'm Good podcast. I hope you stay for a while. Listen, it's a family over here. Come join the I'm Good fam, because my I'm Good fam, my reoccurring listeners, my loyal listeners, listen, it's a family. So listen, thank you to everyone, for my new listeners, to my returning listeners. Thank you so much for tuning in each week to the I'm Good podcast. You guys are, y'all my road dogs, okay? Period. Listen, we family over here. We are family, okay? So thank you to everyone who has tuned in, who has shared this podcast, who has taken notes, shout out to everyone who has grown from this podcast, whatever it may be. Listen, thank you to everyone, as always, for tuning in. It is greatly appreciated. Also, too, this podcast is sponsored by allthingsshree.com. That is my online apparel store. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out and use your promo code. Your special promo code is I'm Good Fam, with capital letters, I'm Good Fam. Use that promo code at checkout to get 10% off your entire order, okay? So make sure you guys go ahead and check out www.allthingsshree.com. Go ahead and get it's sweatshirt season, okay? Go ahead, get your sweatshirt and your hoodie. Our most popular sweatshirt is the I Inspire Me sweatshirt. So for my ladies, we have it in pink, or you can also buy it in black and white, but our most popular one is the pink I Inspire Me sweatshirt. So make sure you go ahead and grab that sweatshirt while we still have some in stock, and use promo code I'm Good Fam to get 10% off your entire order. And then also too, I do also have another business that I did launch. I did discuss it on my previous podcast. For my I'm Good Fam, you guys probably know what that is, but if you're not, for my new listeners, go ahead and check out Boss Beauty Boulevard. That is my lip gloss line. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. And listen, I'm just trying to stay booked and busy, okay? Okay, maybe not. But yes, I'm trying to stay booked and busy. And also, too, if you are listening to this on an Apple device, whatever it may be, iPad, iPhone, MacBook, make sure you guys go ahead and leave a rating and review. So if you're tuning into this on through the Apple Podcast, make sure you guys go ahead and leave a rating and a review. So you can do both, or you can do one another. It literally takes less than, for a rating, 15 seconds. For a review, it could take longer depending on what you write. But make sure you guys go ahead, especially for my I'm Good fam. So if you are one of my returning listeners, hopefully you have already left a rating or some type of review for my returning listeners. Okay, if you listen to this on an Apple podcast, but if not, I understand. You can't. And then also too, so whatever platform that you're using, as I've said before, this podcast is on tons and tons of platforms, to the point where there's so many podcast platforms, I don't even know them all. Just when I thought I knew them, just when I thought I knew most of them, honestly, when I first started podcasting, to be honest, really, I thought the main one, I would say kind of the main one is Apple Podcasts. I shouldn't say the main one. The one that I knew about, the one that I am most familiar with is Apple Podcasts. But I didn't realize there were so many podcast platforms until after I got into the whole podcast game. So I want to thank you guys, whatever platform that you're listening to this on. I want to thank you so much for tuning in and checking out my podcast on whatever platform that you're using. So if there's a way to comment, leave a review, make sure you guys go ahead and do that on there. That is greatly appreciated. But nonetheless, I still love the love. I love that you guys tune in. If, like I said, if you're new here, welcome. Come join the family. And for my I'm Good fam, I'm just so grateful. And I express nothing but gratitude for you guys who have tuned in, to this podcast each week. Also, too, do not forget to go ahead and check out our midweek roll call. If you have not checked that out or listened to it, what are you doing? Especially my I'm Good fam. I already know y'all got that covered. Y'all got that covered. But if you haven't checked it out, if you missed a few midweek roll calls, go ahead and after this podcast episode is over, make sure you go ahead and listen to last week's podcast. Listen to this week's. I released it on Wednesday. Listen to this week's midweek roll call. So go ahead and check that out. Tons of midweek roll calls. Those are released each week as well, every Wednesday. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. And then also too, thank you to everyone who has shared this podcast, whether it be on your social media, whether it be with your friends, your family, your boo, your bae, your bro, your sis, your aunt, your uncle. Okay, your soror, your frat brother, whatever it may be. Okay, whatever it may be. Thank you to everyone who has shared this podcast. Thank you. Like I said, this podcast is not about me. This podcast is about you guys. I'm here to help you guys. So like I said, this information, the stuff that I bring to you guys is things that I look up myself. This is basically topics that I look into my own self. Because like I said, I'm continuously growing. I'm still not at the point where I'm I got it all figured out. And let's be honest, y'all, at what point in life do we really all have it figured out? 9 times out of 10 we don't. And it's okay. But it's important that you're growing, you're doing things that make you feel good. I tell myself that all the time. You're not going to always have it figured out, which is okay because you can't figure out everything. But as long as you are at a pace in your life where you're starting to feel good and you're feeling growth and you're recognizing who you are or what your purpose is, you're on the right track. And if you're listening to this podcast, listen, sis, bruh, you're already on the right track. So listen. I'm with you, okay? So if you growing and you glowing and doing everything, listen, I'm with you, okay? Because even though I'm hosting this podcast and all that, listen, I'm right with you, still learning this information that I'm presenting to you guys. So today's episode, I wanted to bring it back to confidence. I know that the topic of confidence and being confident, I feel like it's just an ever growing or ever, what's the word? I just feel like it's something that needs to be constantly talked about because I feel like so many people are dealing with low self-esteem, depression, anxiety, and a lot of times this has to do with our confidence. And some people have a lack of confidence. Many of us, I'm gonna put it like that, many of us. And sometimes it could just be in our overall self. It could be a lack of confidence in a certain area, whatever it may be. You might have a lack of confidence of working out in the gym because you don't like the way you look. It could be whatever. But I like to talk about confidence because confidence is so important in regards to making yourself feel better and just to do better and be a light into this world. So I wanted to talk about how to grow your confidence from 0 to 100. Drake said it best, 0 to 100. What's that? How did this song go? Yo, that's bad. Brain freeze. I can't even think about how the song go. Okay. But okay, now I remember. Okay, and I'm not going to say the lyrics, whatever, because I know y'all don't want to hear me sing or rap, whatever. So, But I'm talking about today's topic. I want to talk about how to grow your confidence from 0 to 100. So sis, bruh, if you feel like your confidence is like at a 0, listen, I'm going to talk about some things you can do to make it go to 100 to 1,000. Okay. And a lot of this information is stuff that I talked about previously, but I have talked about this all the time. Listen, our brain is a muscle. In order for it to grow, in order for it to be strong, we have to do things repetitively. So that means constantly listen to things that just constantly listen to the same information. So sometimes it's like, well, why do I keep, like even in school, when they continue to keep teaching the same thing, is to help you understand that information. That's why there are tests and quizzes to see if you remember that information. So I talked about confidence before, and listen, we are back at it, okay? So if you want to know how to grow your confidence from 0 to 100, let's stay tuned and stay for a while, okay? Y'all, I am on it today, okay? I am on it. All right, so the first thing to do, the first thing that you can do, or you shouldn't do, but what the first thing that you can do to help grow your confidence is, one, stop talking negatively to yourself. Okay. Like, we got to stop doing it. And I've done it, and I've done it, and I still do it to this day. I'm a lot better. And that's why I said, growth is important. Like, for me, it's like, I'm nowhere near where I used to be. Like, I am very proud of where I'm at right now, because I've definitely grown. And I used to talk so negative to myself. I mean, I used to talk so negative. I used to complain. I used to talk so negative to myself. But that's the first one, is don't talk negatively to yourself. Okay? Cut that out. That's one of the biggest ways to ruin your confidence and your self-esteem. Stop it. I don't care if you're overweight. I don't care if there's something that you don't like about yourself. Stop it, because it's not going to help anything. And when you talk bad about yourself, I've noticed this too. Like, say for instance, you'd be like, I'm so fat, or I look so, and someone may not even be looking at you like that. But the more you talk about it, they might look at you and be like, yeah, sis, you is kind of big. And I had to learn that, like, a lot of times when you be like, I look so this, or my hair is not done, or look at me. Like, people may not even be really focusing on that. But once they start hearing you say it, you start looking like, yo, you right. You look kind of off today. So stop talking bad about yourself. A lot of things that you talk bad about yourself about is things that most of the time that you can improve upon, or if you can't improve upon it, it's something that you have to, I would say, pray about and try to learn to accept. Okay. So I talked about this before, and I got this from a book. Learn to focus on solutions, not obstacles. Okay. So whatever it is that you're talking to yourself negatively about, if it has to do with like, oh my gosh, I feel overweight, or I need to lose weight. Okay. Go to the gym if you're able to. I understand that, depending on your health, whatever, may be going on. I don't know each and everybody's, situation. But if you're able to go to the gym and do those things, go to the gym. If that means maybe walk in your house for 15 minutes. If you have like a favorite show that's on, whatever, watch that favorite show and walk during commercial breaks, do some squats, do a sit up during commercial breaks, whatever it means. But the first step in regards to growing your confidence is to cut the negative talk, like cut it. And I talk about this all the time, and this is why I have the Midweek Roll Call. One way to cut the negative talk is to repeat positive affirmations. I am beautiful. I am loved. I look good. I am a millionaire. There's so many. So I would say whatever it is that you're struggling with, look up affirmations for what you're struggling with. If you're struggling with confidence, look up confident affirmations. If you're struggling with weight loss, look up weight loss affirmations. If you're struggling with relationships, look up relationship weight loss. If you're struggling with your finance, look up finance. Wait, did I say that right? Y'all, I'm such on a tangent. Basically, if you're struggling with finance, look up finance affirmations. That's what I meant. If you're struggling with weight loss, look up weight loss affirmations. If you're struggling with confidence, look up confidence affirmations. So what you can do is to turn around self-talk in an easy, free way. Literally, most of us have phones or whatever, you listen to this on a computer or whatever. Look up affirmations for whatever you're struggling with. I don't care if you got to have about 15 index cards with different things you need affirmations on. Do what's best for you. So if you feel like right now, the one thing you're talking bad about yourself is like, your weight, look up affirmations that's going to make you feel good. Look up healthy affirmations about eating healthy. And that's one of the biggest ways to stop negative talk. And, at first it probably will seem silly because even for me, like I have affirmations up by my bed. I have affirmations in my bathroom. It probably is. It probably looks silly. And the people, they may come into your house and be like, what is that? It might seem silly, but after a while, as you say those affirmations, you're going to start believing it. And once you start believing it, those things are going to come true for you. So anytime you catch yourself talking negative about yourself, stop it and figure out, okay, what can I do? Okay, yes, my money might be low, but what can I do for it to be high? What affirmations can I say? Sometimes there might not be nothing that you can do. Look up affirmations. In most of the self-help books I read, they always talk about the importance of repeating affirmations. And it is important. It's not just something, I feel like a lot of people don't do it because it seems so silly, like, what? Read an index piece of, read an affirmation on an index card or read a sticky note with affirmations. It seems so easy, but sometimes that's really what life really is. It's sometimes it's like the easiest stuff that really is what get us through life, but we like to make things hard on ourselves. Like our mind likes to think of the obstacles and not the solutions and the negative stuff and not the positive and the things that we don't have versus things that we do have. And, this person looks like this, but we look like this, or he looked like this, and blah, blah, blah. We love to look at the opposite side of things like, oh, well, she has a boyfriend and I'm single, or look, she's married and he still didn't propose. Like we love, like just our minds or society love to look at the bad side of things, but cut the negative talk, like stop the negative talk. Number two on my list in regards to ways to grow your confidence is buy clothes that actually compliment you. What do I mean? Sometimes, and I had to learn this, y'all. This is something that I had to learn. Buy clothes that fit your body type. And what do I mean by that? So for me, I've ran into things where like I'll go to a store and I'm like, ooh, that look cute. Or I see somebody else with it on and then I put it on and I'm like, sis, no, you look scary. And I'd be like, sis, no, fix that. Like, it just doesn't fit my body type. But there are some clothes that I wear and it really compliments my body, and like other people will compliment me, but if they wear it, it might not look the same. So I'm saying buy clothes that make you feel good, and also clothes that you feel that fit your body type. And I had to learn that like not every article of clothing, the way each person makes it is unique to each person. It's unique. Well, they try to make it seem that it's mostly for everybody, but I now try to buy clothes that actually fit me and fit my actual figure versus trying to, force myself into looking a certain way in which it doesn't compliment me. So buy clothes that compliment you. Buy clothes, if there's a certain color that complements your skin, buy clothes that complement your skin. Like if you ever wear a color and somebody's like, oh, hey girl, that look good on you. Like if you're wearing purple and someone says to you, oh, like girl, you look good in purple, maybe you should buy more purple. If you wear like maybe blue and someone says, girl, blue looks good on you. Or for my males, if you wear like a certain color like mustard yellow, whatever it may be, and someone says, oh, you look really, really nice or really handsome in that yellow, look into possibly buying more of those colors. Like that's something that I started doing. Like a color for me that I think it was like a fuchsia that I wore once. And I think maybe it was like a mustard yellow that I've worn in the past when I was working in the office. In the office, I feel like people complimented me on, I forgot, I believe those were the colors. I believe it was like a yellow, whatever. Because now I have it was yellow. Because I started buying a lot of like yellow, mustard yellow type of clothing, whatever. So buy clothes that compliment you. And buy also clothes that, like I said, that make you feel good. Like stop just buying anything or just buying certain items because so-and-so had it on and you feel like you're going to look like so-and-so. No, buy clothes where you're going to look good, okay? Make yourself feel good. Like I said, it's not one shoe fits all, okay? That's how society wants to make it seem, whatever. But do things that's going to make you feel good. Buy clothes that make you feel good. Number 3 on my list. This is something that I've talked about before in the past, and this has to do with eating healthy. Number 3, another way to grow your confidence is to meal prep. Okay, listen, your wallet and your bank account will definitely thank you. Okay, listen, meal prep. Like when you meal prep, basically meal prep is discipline. I was going to say it's a form of discipline, but it's discipline. A lot of people, I would say majority of people really, okay, I'm not in everybody's household, but I know many people don't meal prep because I hear a lot of people talking about, oh, I just need to meal prep, or I can't wait to meal prep, or I remember when I used to meal prep. I feel like most people do not meal prep. And I feel like meal prep kind of got its like, especially where I live, because I live in Buffalo, and I feel like meal prep became like a thing, especially like with different stores where people, not people, but there was like a lot of new companies starting where they offer meal prep services. This was about 6 or 7 years ago, whatever. So meal prep is still something that's fairly new, but listen, get into meal prepping. Listen, you're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to save money. So if you're already worried about money, meal prepping can help cut down on some costs. And you'll also feel very disciplined. And then also you'll notice that you're eating out less. You'll notice that you're eating healthier, and you're just going to feel good. And 9 times out of 10, when you meal prep, I mean, I wouldn't say meal prep unhealthy, but 9 times out of 10, when you meal prep, you're going to meal prep healthy food. So I shouldn't even have to say what foods you should meal prep. I'm going to leave that up to you. But generally, we talked about foods that lift your mood and things like that. You can go to some previous episodes where I talked about foods that, improve your mood. But like I said, just meal prepping alone, whatever you meal prep, generally, you're probably going to meal prep something that's, I would say, partially healthy. So even though that's something people don't talk about, but meal prepping can certainly help grow your confidence, because you're going to feel on top of the world, okay? I'm trying to tell you, by the time Friday hit, listen, you might feel slimmer. You're going to feel happier. You're going to feel like, oh, I got this. And you're going to have a little bit more money in your bank account, okay? So listen, that's the third one on my list, is to meal prep. Number 4 is to work on your posture, okay? Shoulders up, and then I say, posture. So stand straight, make sure your shoulders are up, and then you're facing forward. So posture is so important in regards to building confidence and growing your confidence. Even if this is something that I do, because I'm not even all the way there. Even if you feel like you're not 100% confident, still do this. Listen, y'all, listen up. Even if you feel that you're not 100% confident, because most people are not really 100% confident, but there are some people that are confident or who appear to be confident. Listen, you right now, yes, if you feel that you're not that confident, I'm telling y'all, it works. It literally works. So I did this maybe about, I intentionally did this maybe about a month ago. So when I left out my house, whatever, I made sure that everywhere I went, that I stood with my shoulders straight and I looked forward. And it was so funny is that it was so crazy, because every store I went to, people would say hi to me. They'll say, oh, hello. Oh, hi. And I remember one time I dropped some stuff. Someone picked it up for me, blah, blah, blah. But there's something about that confidence. And I wasn't all the way confident. I just made sure that I appeared confident. So this one is really, really important. This one should have been number 1 for me. But this is number 4 on my list. This one is number 4 on my list. But your posture will really say everything about you. Just think about the confident people that you see, or just confident celebrities. Like when you see people like LeBron doesn't walk with his head down. 9 times out of 10, when I see him, his head is up. Like, think about like some of your favorite celebrities and stuff like that. Like most confident people, they have that certain charisma. The charisma is confidence. They have that certain thing about them where, their shoulders are straight and their form is just up. And a lot of times when we lack confidence or we have low self-esteem, we're looking at our phones, we're not making eye contact, whatever it may be. And I've been there before, and that's something I'm still working on, y'all. Still working on. That's why I said, With this podcast, you guys are growing, I'm growing too. We in this together, okay? I'm part of the I'm Good fam. I may be the one providing information, but best to believe I'm part of the I'm Good fam, okay? There's nothing else to it. So listen, focus on your posture. I don't care if you're not confident right now. I don't care about that. Appear confident by focusing on your posture. Number 5, work out. Listen, if that means walking in your house for 15 minutes, but if you need to do more than 15 minutes and you really want to confident, I say go to the gym for 45 minutes to an hour. Whether that means you on a treadmill, whether that means you working on weights, whatever it may be, no one has ever left the gym. I shouldn't say no one. 99% of people, when they leave the gym, they don't say, man, I should not have went to the gym. No, they feel on top of the world. It's a struggle to get there, but baby, once you get there, you feel good. And I know I speak for myself. Like sometimes it's a struggle for me to get up and work out. But after I work out, I'm like, oh, I feel unstoppable. Like my confidence level goes up. I'm from 0 to 1,000. And most people can attest to that. Like when you go to the gym, if you work out or whatever it may be, that's a whole nother confidence level. And for me personally, when I work out, like in my home, I'm already confident enough. Like I get that good energy of working out when I'm home. But there's something about me when I go to the gym. Y'all, listen, you can't tell me. I be thinking I'm an athlete. And deep down in my mind, I don't care what no one else tells me. I am an athlete, okay? In my mind, I'm like, I'm an athlete. So I be trying to work out and do stuff like an athlete. Because I really admire athletes. I really, really admire athletes. So number 5 on my list is work out. Figure out some exercise routine and do something that you love, whether it is dancing, hip hop step. Listen, whatever, maybe Taibo, walking to music, dancing, do something to get your body moving. And then also too, if you know that you want to lose weight, figure out what it is that you can do. Join your local gym, look for a personal trainer. If you don't want to do none of that, there are tons and tons of free videos on YouTube. Name it. If you want to grow your glutes, type in glute workouts. If you want to grow your abs, type in ab workouts. If you want to do your full body, look up full body workouts. Like I try to tell myself this all the time, focus on solutions, not obstacles. And I tell myself this all the time. And even though it's easier said than done, it's really the truth. Like a lot of times we focus so hard on why we can't do this or why we can't do this, why we can't do this or why we can't do that. But yet we think about why we can. Like basically we don't think about the things that we can do. Okay. So working out, like I said, that one also too long with posture is really an awesome way to help boost your confidence. Just think about the people when they be lifting weights, especially like the guys. Like I say guys, because like when I go to my gym, mostly it's like guys lifting weights. And I mean, there are females, but it's mostly guys, and like they just seem so confident. Even if they're not confident, they might not even be that confident. But it's something about that adrenaline, the endorphins. Like your body just be like, listen, I feel good. Okay. Number 6 in regards to growing your confidence is finding your purpose. Easier said than done, but some things that you can do to find your purpose is I would say go out and do different things that you find challenging or find fun. A lot of times we kind of figure out ourselves when we do things such as go on trips. We might go on an adventure or hike, whatever it may be. As you continue to grow and as you continue to go through this life, you'll start to see as you get older, different things that you enjoy and different things that you don't. Like for me, I did paint night once and I realized like, wait a second, I actually really enjoy this. So in regards to finding your purpose, I would say do different things that you haven't done before, or if there's something that you have done before, continue to do that. But also journal, and just kind of really figure out, meditate and figure out what it is that you want to do. And when I say what it is that you want to do, figure out what it is that you want to do for your life. And whether that means, you want to open a business or start a business, whatever, or just really want to work on your creative side and use that, to fulfill your purpose into this world, whatever it may be, finding your purpose and going all in with it will 100% boost your confidence. So if you enjoy artwork if you enjoy artwork, Maybe you want to start selling artwork, whatever it may be. But once you really find your purpose, your confidence is going to go through the roof because you finally know who you are and where you belong in this world and what you need to do to continue to elevate. So that's number 6. And then number 7, I want to say this is another good thing, like especially in regards to journaling, in regards to boosting your confidence, is to write out at least 10 positive things that you love about yourself. So I want you to write out at least 10 positive things that you love about yourself. I'm not talking about weaknesses. I'm not talking about anything like that. Write out at least 10 positive things that you love about yourself. So those are 7 tips that I wanted to bring to you guys today in regards to how to grow your confidence from 0 to 100. And best to believe, if you do these things, honey, your confidence is going to be on 1,000, 2,000%. Okay. But nonetheless, like I said, this podcast is here to help you grow. So whether you do all of these things or maybe just one of these things, listen, it's all a step in the right direction. So, also too, let me see if there was anything else. And also too, I wanted to add too, something that I'm learning as well in regards to confidence and just your overall life. Who cares about what people think? Okay. And I mean that in a positive way, if that makes sense. So a lot of times we keep thinking about like, well, what would this person think or she thinks, whatever, so-and-so. Who cares about what people think? That's also a reason why that's another reason why we stunt our own growth, is because we care so much about what other people think. And that's something I'm still working on. Like, listen, sis, you cut it. You don't need everybody's opinion. But if you feel like you're one of those people where you're like, oh my gosh, but I just want her approval or his approval or they approval, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Do you find your purpose? Pray about it. Do what you need to do to make yourself a better person. But you don't need to hear, listen, you don't have to hear talks from everybody around you about what you should do, with your life. I mean, obviously, if they're telling you something good and positive, yes. I'm talking about people that you actually trust and that, who mean well for your life. But people who are just talking to talk, listen, who cares? Who cares about what they think? It's your life. And, live it to the fullest and do what makes you happy. So I felt like that was a word for somebody today. That wasn't even something that I was going to even add to my list, but I felt like that was needed. So if you're listening to this, that was probably for you. I want you to understand, like, listen, live your life according to how you want to live in regards to making you feel happy, feel fulfilled, and walking into your purpose. So, but yes, y'all, listen, I could go on for days, but today's quote of the week is focus on confidence, not comparison. Once again, today's quote of the week is focus on confidence, not comparison. Okay. I keep saying that. Okay. I don't know where I got that from. Okay. Listen, y'all, I'm on 100. Talking about 0 to 100. I'm on 100 today. All right, I'm good, fam. You already know what time it is. We are now at the end of this week's show, and I hope this information was helpful, insightful, and everything in between. Do not forget to go ahead and subscribe to the I'm Good podcast. Share this podcast, leave a review, and tell a friend. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see all of you beautiful people next week. Bye-bye.